So in tackling this giant project, Beverly and I thought, what would be the best way of doing this? And we realized it was to take it into two halves. So the first half we've worked on is looking at the independence of the IGs. Do they have the adequate independence to be those junkyard dogs? And then the second half we're going to be working on is the accountability and effectiveness, sort of that balance between the two.
So at the end of the 6 months that it took to look at the independence part of the equation, we found some really very surprising things. And we make a sort of joke that IGs in Washington are often like Rodney Dangerfield, just getting no respect at all. But what we found is there is a sort of cultural difference between those who are appointed by the president and get confirmed by the Senate, and for the most part are stationed at the very large cabinet level departments and agencies. And then there are those at the smaller agencies, the smaller commissions and boards, and they're appointed by the agency head, and those are the ones who really get no respect. So what we found was a lot of these smaller agencies were woefully understaffed. They didn't have their own legal advice in-house. Sometimes they were going to the agency general counsel, which we found was a clear conflict of interest. We also found that some of these smaller ones were severely impacted by the fact that they don't have their own budget authority. There's no transparency in the budgets that they are granted by their agency chiefs, and Congress doesn't even know when the IG feels he's not getting enough resources to do the job he's supposed to be doing. We also found that there were problems with investigative authority for a few of the IGs. They were not able to decide for themselves and go forward and investigate anything that they felt they needed to. So this is what we call the issue of unfettered investigative authority. So I think we basically feel really pleased with the response we've gotten to the report.
Both with the Congress and with the IG community themselves, there's really a sense that we've captured some important issues that hadn't been recognized before, and we're hoping to be working with all of these entities to help implement our recommendations.